Let's transform our dataset into an APA 7th edition style line graph. So the first step to achieving this goal is going ahead and highlighting your data, clicking insert, and going to the line graph option. And there are so many options to choose from, but I'm going to choose the first one. And from here, we can go ahead and start modifying it to fit the APA style guidelines. The first step is going to go ahead and selecting chart title, double clicking and clicking delete. The second is going to be selecting a guideline, double clicking it and clicking delete as well, just so that now the grid lines are all gone, just as the seen in our goal line graph. What I also want to do now is dragging the legend from the perimeter into inside of the plot. And I'm going to go ahead and scrunch it up so they're sitting on top of each other. And now we're going to be focusing on our axis. I'm going to select the x-axis first, and I'm going to click home. And while the x-axis is still selected, I'm going to go to the type of font. For the APA 7th edition, we are going to need a serif style font. The one that I've chosen is TISA Office Serif Pro. And now I'm also going to want to go ahead and change the font size to a size 12, a size 10. Yes, size 10. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it to a true black. I'm going to change it to theme color black. And now I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process for the y-axis. So select the y-axis, apply our serif font, apply our 10 size font, and go ahead and make it into the theme color black. From here, we're also going to be focusing on the axis line. But before that, let's go ahead and transform the legend as well. So let's go ahead and take out that old font and put in that serif font, size 10, and back into a true black. And from now, we can focus on making the axis line legible as well. So let's go ahead and select that axis line, double tap it, and this should pop up. The format axis should pop up on the right side of your screen. From here, we're going to click the paint bucket. And we are going to go down to color, which is the very, very last section. And we are also going to change that to a theme color black. And we're going to increase the width from a 0.75 to a 1. So this is what our line should look like. It should be way more clearer and more prominent. And we're going to also mirror that for the y-axis. So select the y-axis, paint bucket, color, theme color black, and also increase the width up to 1. From here, we're going to go ahead and change the tick marks. So first we have to go ahead and apply them. So I'm going to select the x-axis first. And this is going to take us to the fourth section, which is going to be a bar graph symbol. And the second option under this is going to be tick marks. Go ahead and click that. And we want the major type, specifically the ones that are going to be on the outside. And let's go ahead and apply these same changes to the y-axis as well. So bar graph, tick marks, major type, outside. So this is how our graph is looking so far. And however, what we are missing though is going to be our axis labels. So go ahead and click the perimeter of the graph, and this green plus sign is going to go ahead and pop up. Let's go ahead and click that green plus mark, and we're going to go ahead and check the second box, which is axis titles. And that's going to go ahead and add these axis titles for us. So if we double click this, we need to apply the same guidelines. So we're going to go ahead and click home, serif font, size 10, and true black, except this time for the axis titles, we need to go ahead and bold them as well. And this x-axis, I'm going to go ahead and label it trial number. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and double click axis title for the y-axis, home, and I'm going to go ahead and change it to a serif font, size 10, already applied, and we're going to go ahead and click the true black and bold it as well. And we're going to label this one blue value. So now let's go ahead and start focusing on the lines that are presented to us. So I'm going to go ahead and select the very top line. And these blue squares are going to be highlighted. These are going to be our markers. So if we go ahead and double tap, it's going to take us to the format data series. Now we're going to click the paint bucket, go to marker, and we're going to click the first section called marker options. From here, we're going to click the third bubble built in. So now we have access to the type of marker we want and the size. Well, in order to see what type of marker I want, I'm going to increase the size first, and I'm going to increase that to a size 10 as well. And there are many, many different types. There's the default is going to be a square. You can do diamonds, you can do excess, or you can even apply your own image. But for legibility and for clarity, I'm going to stick to the square. And to make the data even more prominent, I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to color, and I'm going to change the border to a black. So then that way the markers are able to pop from the graph. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and select the orange and repeat what we did for the STD blue value for the DV blue value. So I'm going to go ahead and select the orange line, go to paint bucket, marker, first option, marker options, go to built-in, and we're going to stick to the square. However, we are going to increase the size to a 10. And from here, we're going to go ahead and X out. Oh, sorry, excuse me. We need to go ahead and put the border on as well so that they're uniform. So I'm going to click paint bucket, marker, go down to color, and click theme color black. And this is what my data looks like. And this is what my finished product looks like compared to my goal product. Now these are pretty uniform and everything is looking correct. The legend is inside. The access labels are bolded and everything is in serif font, and ticks are seen, and my data is legible. So this is how you take your data set and transform it into an APA 7th edition style line graph.